In this video, I wanted to give you a brief overview of how to use our StocktonMaple.com Sap Tracker platform. It's a very simple platform, just takes a little bit of getting used to. It is both desktop as well as smartphone friendly, and it will help you keep track of each individual tree's sap throughout the lifetime of the tree. It will also provide Stockton Maple's grant team with the data necessary to expand the project. And so we thank you in advance for using this. So in order to get started, let's navigate to stocktonmaple.com. So www.stocktonmaple.com. And this is our splash page. Now, if you've never been here before, we have some very useful things. Of course, you can subscribe to our newsletter down below. We have some guides and tutorials, which is, of course, where this video will be located. We have an About page. We have a brand new calendar, which will take you to some of the events that are happening. We also have a forum, which is currently empty, but for each one of the individual hubs, there is a chance for people to talk and converse with each other. We also, if you go to the front page, we have this Get Started button here. Now, you can either click on this Get Started button or the Login button. Both of them take you to the same place. So let's click on the Login. And when you first visit this website, you have to register an account. So let's go ahead and register an account. We'll call the account Stockton Maple. And let's give it the email address of maplegrant@stockton.edu. The username will be Stockton Maple. The password, whatever password you want, I'm just going to give it Red Maple. I would consider giving it a strong password, Red Maple. And click Register. Now, when you click register, it might ask you to save your password, and you can do that if you would like to, or you can just X out of this. And by the way, you can do this on whatever browser you would like. Now, it's going to take you back to this front page. It's not automatically going to log you in, and so you have to log in again. So once again, either click on the Login or the Get Started button and enter your credentials. So my credentials were Stockton Maple, and my password was Red Maple. Hit sign in. And now it will take you to your opening page, which is a list of all of the trees that you have. Let's go ahead and say we go out to a tree and you go out with your smartphone. All right. And now I'm going to give a tutorial video on how to do this on your smartphone. It's very similar, but it's just a little different. But so let's just say that you're doing this on your desktop and you want to register a new tree. Go up to the top and click Register a Tree. Call this tree something unique. Now, we recommend to everybody just give it your last name and the tree number. Okay, that's an easy way to do it. Now, you could call it whatever you would like. You could call it "This is the best tree," whatever you would like. But we recommend, just for the sake of remembering everything, just give it your last name dash the tree number. So Stoller is my last name -1, and there's my first tree number. Now, if you know the tree circumference, enter it here. If you don't, that's okay. You can leave it blank, but we really do encourage you to measure the tree circumference. And that is just the length of the tree on the outside. Of course, that's the circumference at breast height. And so, let's say a good sized tree is about 40 inches in circumference. Height of tree tapping. Let's say that is, we're going to drill that hole 4 feet off of the ground, so 48 inches off of the ground. And the date of tree tapping, let's say we tap it today. Now, if you're on your smartphone, you can click on these and these will automatically fill for you. Since we're not on our smartphone, we can't have them autofill, and that's okay. This is why we encourage you to do it on your smartphone. And again, I'll show you a video on how to do that. You can enter in notes if you would like to. You can say this is a red maple, and that will help us know what species of tree it is. Click register. And now you no longer have just blank empty space. You now have a tree. We can click on that tree And since we didn't give it a GPS coordinate, it's not going to show us a map. But if we did give it a GPS coordinate, it would show us that map. But we do see tree data right here, which is circumference, tapping date, and tap height. Let's go ahead and enter in sap. So the following day after we tap it, we go out to the tree and we find, yay, there's sap. So there's a half gallon of sap. Let's go up here and click Register Sap Harvest. You'll type in the sap volume. We encourage you to do it into the nearest quarter gallon. So let's say we find half gallon, so 0.5 gallons. Our harvest date is Sunday. And if you know the temperature, great. If you don't worry about it. We can actually get that data from weather.com, from the government websites. That's not a problem. But if you know it, great, 45 degrees. And then sap characteristics, right? Is the sap clear? Is it opaque? Is it yellow? If it's yellow, we do encourage you to throw it out. But if it's, clear or slightly cloudy, great. Or if it's other, let's say it's got some green slime in it, you can click other. Type, we'll go with clear because yay, it's clear sap. Click register. And now you can see if we scroll down under season 2022, we have half gallon of sap, 45 degrees, clear, and our harvest date. Let's register another sap date. So register sap harvest up here. Sap volume, this time we get 1 gallon. And our harvest date is on Monday. Our temperature is 45 and it's clear again. Click register. You can see that we have 2 entries down here. Let's register another one, register sap harvest. And this time we only get a half gallon. Our harvest date of the 4th. Temperature is again 45. And then we'll click register. All right, now you can see that we have 3 entries in here. Once you develop enough entries, you might want to graph that data or see it over time. So click on graph and you can see the amount of sap that you got out of the tree over time. Now, under the lifetime data, you're not going to see anything just yet because we haven't ended the season. Up top, at the end of the season, you can click on End Tree Season. Now, when you do this and you click on End Season, you can no longer add any more information to the trees. And if you do this by error, you have to contact me and I will undo things for you. But please try not to do it until the very end of the season. All right, so now we have all of our data in here. And that's basically it. That's all you have to do. Now, if you wanted to as well, there is also a chance for you to register syrup processing. You can certainly do this. This might help you as well. It will certainly help us. If you say amount of syrup produced, let's say I produced 5 ounces of syrup, amount of sap processed, let's say it took us 30 gallons of sap to make this, amount of sap lost, I dropped 5 gallons on the ground. And our processing date, let's just put it on the 7th. If you know the amount of time that it took you to process it, great. And then click register. Oh, we'll put in 0 minutes for that. Register. Oh, and you can also enter in the type of fuel that you use, like propane, oil, and wood. And this is a way for us to keep track of what kind of syrup you made. Now, this isn't crucial or necessary, but if it does help you, by all means, use this part of the platform. And that's all. You can then click on log out, and you can feel free to share your username and password with whoever else is helping you collect sap for that season.